This is a message from YouTube. I am YouTube, and I am here in the form of a 26-year-old man-child with Care Bears to make it more relatable and palatable towards glitch for you, the viewer. I'm joking, and that was probably a terrible way to open this video, and this is why you should script things and don't learn from me. But of course, I'm talking about big companies that have relatable, fun social media accounts. I sure hope I've titled it something better than that. But you know what I mean? Videos like this, you know, like the Duolingo bird, which makes funny, easy, digestible, palatable content for you, the viewer, and it makes you think, oh, that's a fun, trendy, relatable brand. I like that. Maybe I'll think about that when I next make a purchase. Or if that's what they'd tell you in a marketing class, like I did a marketing degree, and I think it was the most pointless investment in myself in my whole entire life that I'll ever make. But anyway, this is not a reflection time. We're here to grill those marketing accounts because they're evil and capitalistic. Or are they really not that deep? Is nothing that deep? And you know, the people behind these accounts aren't evil witches, but actually, you know, just probably early 20 people trying to get into a career of marketing, and this is where they start on TikTok accounts. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about it. Let's think about it. But you know me, it probably won't be that critical because, well, I've got two Care Bears next to me, so it kind of just shows you the levels on this channel.
Help me find peace.
Is that necessary? So kicking it off with the most like notable one I kind of think about when I think about this side of the world is the Duolingo bird, and I do think in this case it probably was very successful for them. You know, this bird is adorable. When I see large plushies, I just want to squeeze them. So when I saw this bird, I was like, well, I'm subscribing to this page for bird. And you know, they make absolute bangers. So this video's got 21 million views.
C-A-P. Cap.
And you kind of got to give it to the marketing team that like, they're just really on trend. Like with everything they upload, they're always good at like chasing the current sounds and, you know, just creating viral content around that. So you get 10 out of 10 stars for the relatability. Well done.
The missile is very tired. He is eepy. The missile has had a very long day of splashing bandits and wants to take just a small sleep.
Like, how can you not like this? This is just cute. But I suppose the more critical of you lot would be like, no cow, under capitalism, they're just doing this to be fun and relatable, so you consume their products, you buy more, and it's a circular cycle you can never break out of. And well, to be fair, you would be right, but you know, this is life, this is the cards we've been played. Capitalism will always win. Maybe I've just given up, but yeah, we can get annoyed about it and we can create tweets and garner likes, but it's not gonna stop it. So if there's a big green fluffy bird on TikTok that gives me a hit of dopamine, I'm probably gonna click like and engage with the content. Of course, you can unplug from the matrix if you want to and fight back and join a commune and pick up bark all day every day, and that's not me shitting on it. This is me being genuine. I just have terrible voice expression apparently. I just don't want to do that. I want to buy stupidly overpriced plastic toys because they give me comfort, and I'm okay with that being like just complete mindless consumerism. I'm just trying to get by, and that's kind of how I view these media accounts, kind of. I think that's what I'm processing lifetime in my head. I think I do. Do I have the Duolingo app because of this bird? No, but I once downloaded it because I saw the bird. I was like, maybe I could learn a language. Maybe that'd be really cool. But I never spent money on the app, you know. I know you can, but I never did. Like most things I do, I get really interested for like a couple weeks and I just quit and never have anything to do with it. Oh, this is really self-critical. No, big brands, not me. Capitalism. Grr. I kind of like do and don't get that argument. Like, yes, clearly big brands are doing this for brand awareness, and so you put money in their pocket so they can get rich and, you know, they can have their big houses in Malibu. But the little like 20-year-old intern or whatever that's making this content for this brand is not some sort of evil demonic overlord that's like psychologically trying to like infect your brain with Duolingo. Things can operate in the capitalistic environment, I guess, and try and make money off of you, but also have a benefit. And also, before we even ramble about that, what I was saying is that young intern marketing person is just having fun, because isn't that a fun job? You get to dress up as a bird and dance around to silly trending songs and just make fun content. Who wouldn't want to do that? That sounds like great fun. But back to that other point, I'm terrible at rambling. I should script, but hey ho. What's the worst that happens with Duolingo? You like the TikTok funny bird apps, you think that's cute, you get Duolingo, heaven forbid you subscribe to Duolingo, then you learn a language. You learn some phrases. You learn like, my milk carton is under the bed in Italian, which has so many transferable uses for when your milk carton is under the bed. I know that's going to be useful in everyday life when I'm in Italy or whatever country I said I was learning a language from. I can say something in Italian though. Look, quanti anni hai? Or 12 anni, which sounds very Welsh, I know. That was me asking, how old are you? And then saying 12 years old. But we digress. I suppose with some things, it would be bad, like smoking. If they were like, they had like really famous actors being like, this tastes so good, it's so cool, I'm so swag, and I get all the whammon when I smoke. Which, I don't know why I looked at Love a Lot there, like they do that. You don't do that, do you, Love a Lot? okay. Which is probably what they did actually do like many years ago, but now they've put regulations in place of being like, you can't advertise smoking because it kills people. Sorry to be a party destroyer, mood killer, but it does have terrible side effects. And you know, they've done the same with like gambling. You can't like advertise them outwardly from the outside, which kind of does make sense. But like stuff like Duolingo, it feels relatively harmless. On the other end of this crazy spectrum, we've got Lotus cars on TikTok who do like these chaotic random TikToks, you know, once again jumping on trend jacking, so using popular sounds and then having a clip of something else and editing into a Lotus car like this. But it's like, this is like haha funny, silly, goofy, lol. I'm not gonna go buy a Lotus. And you kind of gotta wonder at like what point of like price elasticity. This sounds way too technical for Cowder's life video, but bear with me. I once did an A-level in economics. But like at what point does the marketing just become silly, goofy like Lotus? Like most the average viewer on TikTok isn't gonna go buy a Lotus car because they're like £1 billion. But is it more negatively and impactful on cheaper goods where people see famous celebrities or whatever using them and they're actually being sold an inferior good? Which could be problematic, I suppose, because capitalism is trying to make it cool and fun and silly and quirky, and then you buy it hoping it's something cool, but it's not. But I feel like something like Duolingo is a learning device, so like it's up to you to decide whether it's useful or not. I suppose like a bad one would be like when influencers sell like really shitty dieting pills and shit, which are just so bad for your body, and they market it as like this easy thing to do to you to lose weight. I think then it's really damaging because people are using their influence to missell you shit. But I feel like when it's so clearly a meme, it's not so bad, is what my current thought process is. Let's see how that changes throughout this video, shall we? Because I don't script these. I literally just sit here and ramble with you lot like a friend. Maybe this means I should just go out more. Probably should. Anyway, obviously like another classic one is Ryanair. They get a lot of shit online because, you know, the window seats aren't there when they're buying the window seats, or there's not a lot of leg room. But their replies are funny. They just are funny. I know like maybe it might be immoral or whatever, but the sheer level of shithousery I kind of like, which probably is like bad on my behalf because like it's capitalism. They know they can get away with it because they're memeing it, and you know that buys into like youth culture, which being like, it's satirical and we're self-aware, we're so bad, but you still fly with us because people like cheap flights. So maybe that is like a bad point on my behalf, that I'm too like, yeah, whatever. But the replies are funny. Like, look at these tweets. East Mid Railway have taken a leaf out of Ryanair's book when it comes to window seats, and obviously this human is very upset by only giving a half window. The accounts just replied with alright Bono, which is hysterical. I know I'm not laughing, it's late and I'm tired, but that's funny. The sheer level of shithousery. But also I suppose it's kind of bad bigger picture, because I guess companies could realize they can just employ some like young whippersnapper trendy cool kid to run their social medias like Exhibit A, unless I've just been wrong and it's actually like some like middle-aged gremlin called like Steve. No, that's worked his way up, but I doubt it. It's probably some young gun, and they know they can just rely on meme culture and all that jazz, kind of just to pivot out of their way of responsibility and actually selling the consumer a good product. Because I suppose if you do buy a window seat and you get given that is a bit of a shitstorm. So now I'm starting to see it. Now I'm starting to get the more originally what I thought was a cynical view, but boy, in the 15 minutes of filming, I'm starting to see the other side. Maybe I'm waking up from the Matrix. Maybe it's no longer got a power over me. No, I sound like I'm being an arse now, but I'm just trying to lifetime process this and maybe try and make some sort of point. What is the point here, Cal? The stuff is funny, but maybe it's bad when you think about the bigger picture. But maybe I shouldn't think about the bigger picture and I should just keep buying silly things that fill the void and passage of time, because that's what life is. I'm so sorry if you're watching this. There's no goals in life. There's no objectives. You don't have to have a family if you don't want to. You don't have to have a job if you don't want to. You don't have to grind away for 40 years if you don't want to. Kind of guess you kind of do if you want to have some sort of good quality of life, because you need to pay for bills. And if you live in a big city, you got to pay stupid amounts of rent, and you know half your wage probably goes on rent. And you know the only times you feel joy is when you sit down with your partner or your close friend and you do something you really enjoy together, and even that's still buying consumerism, because you're still buying food or buying to go play mini golf or buying the new FNAF game on Switch. So what I'm saying is I don't think you can escape the Matrix or capitalism. I'm not talking about like that lad that does the triangle fingers, he's bold and he's in love with his brother Andrew Tate. I'm not talking about that type of Matrix. I just mean like you can't escape capitalism if you want to have like a modern day 21st century life, you know, with like a phone that knows where you are. And this is not me being conspiracy, I'm just thinking lifetime. And you know, like nice things, unless you join a commune. But I think I would suck in a commune. And I don't know how I've gotten from talking about a giant bird green Duolingo thing to talking about communes, but it's like the most obvious opposite I can think of. Because in a commune you get food and you get clothes and stuff because you work at a certain amount of time, is from my understanding. I just don't think I would want to do that because I like buying stuff. Oh, I'm such a sheep, aren't I? That's what I'm realizing in this recording. I'm just just a cog in the machine, but I think I'm okay with that. I think I am. Maybe like 14-year-old me would have been like, no, bro, fight the system. It's tough when you're an adult to do that, to find the time from literally working and that. And that's not saying my job's not fulfilling. It is. I love my job. But like, I want a plastic toy. I want to play the silly goofies on the Switch. And I just want to have fun. So if I have to operate in the capitalistic environment to do that, I guess I will, because that's just life. Realistically, is it going to change? No. Is the young intern behind the social media accounts an evil overlord? No, really, probably not. They're probably just got this is their graduation job. They're probably grossly underpaid for how talented they are. You know, they're engaging with the modern day voice, which, you know, is tough to do, because you see all these boomers try and do adverts and they're just cringy and they just don't get tone of voice in the modern day world. And these videos are resonating with millions across the world. Look at that, 21 million views from Duolingo. Damn, slay. Get that bread, that capitalistic bread. It's all a bit mad when you really deep it, because what started off as a silly, light-hearted, goofy video of me laughing at Big Bird and funny tweets and Lotus is a bit like, oh, well, how do we stop? I don't think we can. We can't stop it. Just get amongst it. That's right. Switch your brain off again. Just have fun with it. Oh, golly goodness. Here I go, consuming all the content again, because it's much more fun to do that than to be cynical and be one of those people that live in the trees, because they never seem that mentally well. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And I suppose when you also think about it, I'm trying to like pivot away from that like very serious monologue I did, which was very odd for me, but I think I kind of realized something lifetime, which I'm not going to do anything with, by the way. I'm not going to change my life suddenly. I like my life. But isn't everything an ad? Isn't it? Kind of. Everyone's kind of selling you something, whether it's obviously like the obvious ones like brands being funny, relatable. They obviously want you to like have brand awareness about them and like maybe one day consider them as a buying option. But you know, like your funny, quirky favorite TikTokers will be selling you crap. Like it'll be literally will just be them. They're the asset you're buying into because you're watching them, you're giving them your time, and they obviously get paid for that through like ad revenue and stuff on YouTube or on TikTok, and they'll sell you like shitty things on TikTok they won't care about. You know, the bag's the bag and everyone's trying to survive. So almost it's like this circle jerk of everyone trying to shovel you shit. And I suppose the only people that aren't trying to shovel you shit are people that aren't terminally online, that jobs aren't based digitally. So basically, I think what the realization I'm coming to is all creators are assholes, all businesses are assholes, and the people just innocently trying to live their 9-to-5 life because they have to pay rent and everything are the only good guys. So my self-assessment from this video is I might be a terrible person too, but if I get bear bricks, I'm okay with that. See, look, even I'm doing it now. I'm being the silly meme that companies do to pivot out of taking responsibility. I've got to say, the couple hundred views I do get on videos currently, that doesn't finance my life. One day if it does, will I be the problem? But then again, I guess it's not that deep, because you could argue that it's just like a form of entertainment. Like I said with the Duolingo Big Bird, it's all just silly, goofy fun. So I guess if you don't deep it too far, it's all innocent fun. Generally, I think lifetime throughout this video, I've kind of come to realize a few things, because what I at first kind of thought when I came about doing this video, or decided I was going to do this video at lunchtime, I was like, this is just going to be silly, goofy, laughing at Big Green Bird, funny Ryanair videos of them being like this.
Do I like being a bitch? No. But do I have to sometimes? Oh! Yes!
He needs some milk!
Can you speak English?
You know, of them taking zero accountability. It's funny, lol, it's so silly, goofy, because you know some sort of like young intern is behind it and you're like, haha, so funny. They just like me. It's a person. Yes, it's a person making the content, but that company is not a person. They're not funny, silly, goofy, relatable. The person making that content is. And to give them that same pass as a person is bad, because ultimately they just want your cash monies. And I know I made that point earlier about content creators, but I kind of just realized another thing lifetime. Yes, it pays content creators bills, if obviously if they get enough views. Not me. Please subscribe. I suppose you're choosing to watch them, right? And like if they're doing an ad read, you can literally skip it. So I think in this absolutely chaotic trail of a video that's gone from me laughing at silly goofies to critically trying to think about whether this is ultimately the demise of society and this is bad because we're all just happily operating under this capitalistic market. These are the conclusions that I've made upon these absolute stupid ramblings. The silly videos are silly and funny. Yes, I like Green Bird. I want to hug them and spend some time with them, not in a bust down weird way, but in a bust down friendship way. I'm just saying they would look great on this couch. That sounds creepy. See, look, I'm doing it though. I'm being the silly goofy thing like those capitalistic companies do to try and pivot out so you think they're funny and relatable. I don't know what I'm saying though. I'm just being weird and rambling at this point. I don't know how to give you a positive spell on this. Enjoy Big Green Bird is what I will say. There we go. That's fun. Don't go away feeling bad. Enjoy Big Green Bird. If you fly with Ryanair, baby, don't expect a window seat. And you know, have fun out there, gang. I will see you on the flip side. Follow your dreams. Goodbye. Goodbye.